SeeAudio, Bravery. That's the topic of today's video, and if you guys may know, SeeAudio makes one of my most favorite IEMs under $200 of all time, and that is the SeeAudio UME. That is such a beautiful sounding, balanced IEM with good bass control and probably the most natural feeling or natural sounding vocals under $200. I dearly love that set. I would recommend that to anyone who listens to majority female vocals. Now, under $300 offerings, new IEM from SeeAudio. This one is the Bravery. How does this one stack up to the UME? And more importantly, how does it stack up in the very, very competitive price bracket that is the $250 to $300. Let's jump into it. Now, excuse my raspy voice. I've been sick the past couple days, so my voice is not gonna be at full force. I might not be as energetic as I am with other videos, but I'm gonna try. So, SeeAudio Bravery. I don't have an unboxing segment for this video because this is a demo unit sent to me by the SeeAudio people. Thank you so much for sending this to me. I do have to send it back, and again, all opinions are my own. Them sending a demo unit to me won't affect my opinion in any way whatsoever. As you guys may know, I do buy a lot of IEMs myself, so I can buy this if I want to, but they offer to send a unit, so I accept it. Before we jump into the sound of the IEM, let's go over the accessories. Seeing that I do not have the box, I can't show you guys the box, but I can show you the two premium accessories that comes with it that for me is pretty crazy to think about that this IEM includes such expensive accessories. So first of all, we have the tips. These are Esla Sednafit. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but these are absolutely bonkers expensive. A pair of them cost around $19. So yeah, you get these included with Bravery, which is pretty crazy, seeing that Bravery is only $279. To include an item that's $20 as an accessory is pretty nuts. The other thing that you get is the Hakugai cable. Now, I'm not really familiar with their lineup of cables. I'm not really a big cable person, but I do know that they make quite expensive cables. Some of them even reaching the $300 to $400 mark. I am not sure what this one is and how much this is in their lineup. If I find out, you'll see it on the screen right now. But yeah, two very, very expensive accessories for an IEM that is $279. Really impressive. I'm not gonna complain about the accessories at all. I love getting premium accessories. Now the tips, let's talk about that really quickly. Esla Sednafit tips, they feel unique. They have like a stickiness to them. Now, not super sticky to the point where it sticks to your fingers or anything like that, but it is noticeably sticky. Now, when you stick them into your ears, you would think that, oh, maybe the stickiness is gonna feel a little weird, maybe it makes you feel uncomfortable. Not at all. They're probably one of the most comfortable feeling tips I've ever used. And the best part is they never slip out. I'm known to sweat quite a bit, and sometimes wearing IEMs, they do slip out because I'm sweating, I'm working, I'm doing whatever I'm doing around the house. These never slip out, which is fantastic. They offer really great seal, super comfortable fit. They never slip out as well. So yeah, I love these tips, but $19 for them, whew, I'm glad that the Bravery came with them. Let's just say that. The cable itself is really nice. I'll put the specs up on the screen for you guys right now, but it's wrapped in this fabric that feels premium. Now, it's not the same type of fabric as the Moondrop Aria where you get a lot of kinks, it feels cheaply made, not like that. These are very high quality feeling, tightly woven fabric. They feel absolutely premium. They have a weight to them as well, not too heavy, but they do feel like a premium product. I really do wonder how much they cost. You have SeeAudio written on the termination plug, and the termination is the 3.5. The connection is the 2-pin connection, which I really don't mind. For me, I really just don't like MMCX. As long as it's not MMCX, I'm really happy about that. On the design of the IEMs themselves, the faceplate absolutely looks gorgeous. One side has a SeeAudio logo on top of this kind of an inky, almost like a watery, inky, black and white zebra type of look. On the other side, we have a similar type of like inky, white and black going on in the back. The logo is now replaced with this kind of lotus looking symbol. Very, very nice. And I'm sure there's some sort of meaning behind this that I haven't read about, but hey, cool design nonetheless. Shape and comfort wise, these are fairly comfortable. They're not small IEMs, they're around medium to large size, but they never bug me in any way at all. The edges around the IEMs are also very soft, so you're not gonna feel any discomfort there, and the size is gonna fit most ears. Inside the IEMs themselves, you're gonna get 4 balanced armatures on each side, 2 Knowles balanced armatures for the low end, 1 Sonyin BA for the mids, and 1 more Knowles BA for the highs. All right, with all that packaging and background stories out of the way, how do these actually sound? Because that's what's really important here. Now these, the tuning, the tonal balance especially, is very well done. It does lean, I guess, a little bit bassy. If I were to say it leans in whichever way, it does lean a little bit bassy, but really not by much at all. The tonal balance here is pretty much near perfectly balanced. The bass area is done quite well. You get quite a bit of power in the bass. Now, it's not gonna be the most textured or the most separated or nuanced bass on the market, but it does hit with good power. It's not bass head level power. Bass head would not be satisfied by this, but it's enough to satisfy most people. And for me especially, it is definitely enough to really push genres like EDMs or genres like rap and R&B. Any genre that requires quite a powerful bass to be fun, these deliver on that front. In terms of the mid-range, we get right into the mid-range, the vocals, the male vocals, the female vocals, they're quite clear. Now, I would say not the most clearest. It is a little bit veiled by how powerful the bass is at time. Male vocals are not so affected by this though. It's more so the female vocals that feel slightly bit veiled, not too much, and not in any way that is annoying at least. Overall, the mid-range, again, like I said at the beginning, it's very well balanced, and when it comes to the timbre, the overall natural feelings of the vocals, these do sound quite natural as well. The one thing that is impressive about this set is that being that it is a full BA set, you don't really get the full effect of the BA timbre. The timbre here comes across quite natural. Now, it's not as natural as like a dynamic driver would be, but it does lack that BA timbre that some of you guys might be put off on. Moving into the upper mid-range and the treble region, these deliver that front very nicely. There's good treble extension. Female vocals, with the upper mid-range being a little bit more pronounced, does come to life much better than a lot of IEMs on the market. Although, like I said again, it is slightly bit veiled by the bass, but again, not by too much. Female vocals do sound very natural on these, just as much as the male vocals. And also, with having really good treble extension, it really brings female vocals, at least their range of voice, to life. They feel full, they don't feel congested in any way, they feel natural, they feel beautiful. From someone who listens to a lot of K-pop, who listens to a lot of anime soundtrack, I just love listening to female vocals in general. I've never had a song that I personally listened to that came across annoying to me in any way, or that comes across like it has anything wrong with it in any way. Everything just sounds so pleasing. And that's another thing with these IEMs in general, is that they're just very versatile. I've listened to many genres of music on these, and while I was testing these out for the first time, normally I would put something in my ears for only about 2 hours at a time, or maybe 3 hours at a time at most to test out an IEM initially, but I kind of just fell in love with this. I just listened to these for hours and hours on end, and right when I realized how long it was already like a few hours into the day. I just thoroughly enjoy listening to these IEM, no matter what genre it is. The balanced tuning of these IEMs gave it that kind of versatility that works with anything. The bass being as powerful as it was really covers a lot of genres that requires the bass to be good. Having great treble extension and good female vocal presence cover a lot of the genres that I listen to, like K-pop, anime soundtrack, all those genres are covered very nicely. And male vocals, and generally the whole mid-range being as natural as it is, really makes instruments feel real. So genres like orchestras are also covered really well here. And that's truly what's really impressive and what's valuable about these IEMs, is that it just plays every genre well. So regardless of who you are, you're gonna find some things to enjoy about these IEMs. So making this one a really safe purchase, or dare I say, a safe blind buy for a lot of you guys out there who can't try these IEM first. Mostly people who live in the United States like me, we can't try IEMs out first usually, and a lot of stuff are blind bought. These are one of the safer options for blind buy out there, especially under $300. One more thing to note about the tuning of these IEMs is very similar to one particular IEM that I adore so much, and that is the big boy, the $2,500 Anole VX. Yes, this tuning on the Bravery is similar to a $2,500 IEM. Now, just the tuning though, we're not talking details, resolution, none of that. Just the tuning, just how the IEM sounds similar to a $2,500 Anole VX. With this feeling a little bit more mainstream, with the added bass, it does have more bass than the VX. With a little bit of added bass, these do feel slightly bit like a mainstream version of the Anole VX. Minus, of course, again, the details and resolution. Now, speaking about that, let's jump into that really quickly. The details and resolution of these IEMs is probably the least impressive area of the IEM. It's not underwhelming, but it's not impressive at the same time. It's kind of like an average resolving IEM. Now I do have this new detail scale. Yeah, so now we can place IEMs in the scale so you guys know where it kind of lands. In the middle, as you can see, we have the Moondrop Starfield. On the far end of the good spectrum, we have the Moondrop Variation, which is more resolving than the Starfield. And at the very end is the Anole VX, which is the most resolving IEM that I know. On the other side of the Starfield, we have the Blonde 03, which is a below average resolving IEM. And at the very end, we have this pixelated trash can, which resembles no resolution whatsoever. So where does the Bravery land? I would say it lands right on the Starfield. It's very average in terms of technical abilities, which to me for $279, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed, but I thought about it and I'm thinking premium accessories. So you get the tips, you get the cable, you get the fantastic tuning that comes with this. They have to really cut down quality somewhere. And in these IEMs, it just so happens to be the details. Now, the details is not bad in any way. Like I said, it lands right on the Starfield, which is a very average, kind of acceptable resolution range. So it's not bad in any way at all. It's just not impressive. Now, if you guys are asking me, but Timmy, don't you want more resolving IEMs at $279? I would say yes, I do want more resolving, but details, if you've been in this game for a while, if you've been in this hobby for a long time, you know that details only matters about 20 to 30%. It just needs to be decent. What really matters when it comes to good sounding IEMs is the tuning, and the tuning on these are fantastic. I would say under $300, one of the most well-tuned IEM that you can find on the market today. Being that it's also tuned very similarly to the Anole VX as well also helps here. If you want to know what the Anole VX sounds like, if you want a taste of what that sounds like tuning-wise, the Bravery is the cheapest go-to for that. Now, the one step up from the Bravery is gonna be a Dunu SA6, which is gonna give you that similar VX feel as well, but this is half the price of the Dunu SA6. So if you want to know what the VX sounds like, I recommend this. If you want a versatile IEM in general, I recommend this. There you go, those are all the pros of this IEM. One more thing we forgot to talk about, and let's cover that really quickly, is the soundstage. So the soundstage on these IEMs are just all right. They're not inside your head, but they're just around your head. They're not wide, they're not narrow, average. Last thing we're gonna talk about is the comparison with this and the Yume, and also where this fit in the range, the price range in general. So in comparison with this and the Yume, this is just as well tuned as the Yume, if not slightly bit better. The Yume is already fantastically well tuned. These are right around there, just as well tuned as the Yume, if not slightly bit better. In terms of the detail retrieval, these retrieve more details than the Yume. The soundstage is about similar. If you're wondering if this is a good upgrade to Yume, I would say absolutely. These are a great upgrade to Yume. If you own a Yume, you're tired of it, you can sell it to buy this one. You're gonna be very happy with what you get here. Now, in terms of where these land in the price range, is $279 a good price for these? I would say 100%, absolutely a great price. I would go as far to say that these are in contender for the top 5 spot under $300 IEM. They're just one of the best tuned IEMs out there, under $300. I really can't argue with that, even though the resolution is not really on par with some of the $300 IEMs out there, but the tuning really overtakes many of them, if not all of them, under that $300 price point. So yeah, these are in contender to be in that top 5 spot for sure. It's probably gonna make the top 5 spot. Where in the list, we're gonna have to see in future videos, but yes, $279, absolutely worth it. Even without the accessory, I would say $279 is plenty worth it. All right guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Also join our Facebook group if you wanna see all these videos early. I try to post them a day early if I can, but sometimes 12 hours or a few hours earlier. Join our Facebook group, link is down below. And also down there, you're gonna find my ranking list. Yes, my IEM ranking list. It is done. While I was sick, I worked on it, and it's now finished and ready to be viewed. And that is the final form. If you guys been here for a long time, you guys might recall my original version. I took that one down. I wasn't happy with the layout of everything, but this one is, I'm proud of this. I love this. Check it out, link below. As always, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, bye.